Winter in ancient Japan was not just a season. It was a cold, merciless force of nature.
Two woodcutters were trapped in a blinding mountain storm.
Old Mosaku was rapidly losing his strength.
Young Minokichi desperately tried to carry his master.
But the river before them was completely frozen solid. Their only hope was an abandoned ferryman's hut.
They forced the heavy wooden doors open, seeking shelter.
Inside, there was no fire, only freezing darkness. Exhausted, they huddled together on the hard wooden floor. The cold was absolute. They fell into a deep sleep.
Hours later, Minokichi awoke to a terrible sound.
The door burst open. Snow blasted into the room. A strange, unnatural white glow filled the doorway. A woman of impossible beauty stepped into the darkness.
Her skin was as pale as the falling snow. She drifted silently across the floor toward old Mosaku.
Minokichi watched in sheer, paralyzed terror. She leaned over the old man, her face emotionless.
She exhaled a thick, freezing mist over his face.
His breath stopped. He was frozen completely solid. In seconds, Mosaku's skin turned pale blue.
The Snow Woman then turned her gaze toward Minokichi.
She drifted toward him, bringing a suffocating cold.
He trembled violently, unable to scream or run.
Her eyes were terrifyingly clear and piercingly cold.
A hand as cold as death touched his cheek.
You are young and handsome. I will spare your life this one time.
But you must promise me one thing. You must never speak of what happened tonight.
If you ever tell anyone, I will know.
By morning, the brutal storm had completely passed.
Before he could answer, she dissolved into white mist.
Minokichi was found in pure shock beside his master. He remembered the terrifying warning and kept the secret.
A full year passed. The horror slowly faded. One warm evening, he met a traveler on the road.
It was a young woman, beautiful and traveling alone.
She said her name was Oyuki, heading to Edo. They walked together, finding an instant, deep connection.
They walked together, finding an instant, deep connection.
As night fell, Minokichi invited her to stay.
Oyuki was kind, hardworking, and deeply graceful. She never left for Edo. They were quietly married.
Years passed in pure happiness. They had 10 children.
The villagers constantly marveled at Oyuki's perfect beauty.
Despite the years, she never aged a single day.
Then came a freezing winter night. A heavy snowstorm raged. Inside, the fire crackled warmly. The children were asleep.
Oyuki sat peacefully by the fire, mending clothes.
Minokichi watched her face, glowing in the soft light. A strange, suppressed memory suddenly struck his mind. Oyuki, you remind me of someone.
Oyuki stopped her sewing. She sat perfectly still.
When I was 8, I saw a beautiful woman.
The fire in the hearth suddenly flickered and dimmed.
It was during a blizzard. Perhaps the Yuki-onna.
He laughed it off. But Oyuki lowered her hands.
She turned to face him. The warmth vanished completely. Her features sharpened. Her skin turned an impossible white. Her eyes became empty pools of terrifying, cold ice.
The doors blasted open. The fire was instantly extinguished.
Minokichi fell backward in pure, absolute terror.
The Yuki-onna stood over him, identical to that night.
It was me! I warned you!
She raised a pale hand, ready to strike him. But she stopped. She looked toward the sleeping children.
The cold rage wavered, replaced by deep, agonizing sorrow.
I cannot leave our children without a father. Care for them well, or I will return.
Her form blurred, dissolving into a thick, swirling mist.
The howling wind swallowed her into the endless blizzard.
Minokichi was left alone in the freezing dark, weeping.
The Snow Woman was never seen in Musashi again.